from the third dimension.
3D News Bite.
Now, to restore peace, I must find the last dragon. My name is Raya.
Hello. This is Adolf. I have with me Krista.
Hello.
And today we're talking about a new trailer from a Disney movie. Krista, what is that movie?
Raya and the Last Dragon.
Now, do you know anything about this movie before you saw the trailer?
I think I had heard the title, but I didn't even know it was a Disney movie, to be entirely honest.
It's supposed to come out in March of 21.
I feel like that is optimistic.
Well, being animated, they could do a lot of that stuff from home, so don't know how long this has been in the works behind the scenes. Now, what is this story about? What is this movie about from the trailer?
From the trailer, it appears to be some fantasy world, in which, like, I would just describe it as maybe post-apocalyptic fantasy in which this fantasy girl has a job of protecting the last dragon or something like that. The plot is kind of unclear, but it looks cool.
Here's the official synopsis from Disney. Long ago, in the fantasy world of Kamandra, humans and dragons lived together in harmony. But when the sinister monsters known as the Drun threatened the land, the dragons sacrificed themselves to save humanity. Now, 500 years later, those same monsters have returned. It's up to the lone warrior, Raya, to track down the last dragon in order to stop the Drun for good. However, along the journey, she'll learn that it'll take more than a magic spell to save the world. It's going to take trust as well. From the directors Don Hall and Carlos Lopez Estrada, co-directors Paul Briggs, John Ripa, producers Asnat Sneer and Peter Del Velco, featuring the voices of Kelly Marie Tran as Raya and Aquafina as Sisu. Walt Disney Raya scheduled to open on March 12th, 2021. No 3D mention.
That's unfortunate.
So this is a 3D News Bite podcast, and we don't have confirmation in the opening trailer. Now,
I mean, I was hoping, since it's Disney, that Disney would be able to pull off 3D. But, if even Disney can't do that, that's really sad.
I mean, basically all of the animated movies from Disney have been 3D. That's released in the last 10 plus years, right?
Yeah, and this looks so gorgeous. I would love to see it in 3D. If it doesn't get a 3D release, I'm going to be so sad.
Part of it too is that I think the Disney movies have been better 3D than Pixar. So, I feel like Frozen 2 had better 3D than Incredibles 2.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it was with, what was it, Onward? The 3D in that was very subpar for pretty much no reason why it should have been as bad as it was.
Do you know if this is a new property or is it based on something that we don't know about?
Oh, I don't know if it has a lot of Avatar The Last Airbender vibes to me for some reason, but I don't know that it's based on anything in particular. It could be based on some Chinese property, I don't know.
Yeah, I've never heard of this. If this is based on something, I never knew of it.
It sets off my deja vu vibes for some reason, but I can't place it.
I don't understand. It's one of those things that's cool. It's new, but it's not new.
Yeah, it feels familiar, but it also doesn't at the same time.
It looks beautiful. You did say that, and I agree with you.
It looks gorgeous. I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't look like a Disney movie. It looks like a movie made by some other studio besides Disney. And it could just be because Disney is finally figuring out how to make 3D animation well and finally figuring out that you can have stylized 3D animation and make it look good and not just have it be completely bland frozen wasteland.
This movie it has a little personality. It has a little, I think Aquafina is the I guess it's armadillo, I guess.
Yeah. I couldn't figure out. I was like, is armadillo is like a giant roly-poly.
Because I don't think armadillos get that big. So
No. And I don't think, like, I mean, like, this is fantasy, so whatever. It doesn't matter. What, I was like, armadillos are in Texas, but, like, none of that other stuff is reminiscent of Texas, so, like, where is, like, I don't know.
This actually looked more beautiful than Mulan, and I kind of wish this was
Oh,
Mulan.
yes. Oh, yes. That's what I was thinking when it had, like, the setup of, like, of her, like, with her doing her hairdo or and, like, the sword and whatever. I was like, that's what Mulan should have been.
With animation that's this stunningly beautiful, why not? You know, but I mean, I'm glad it's something new. It's always exciting to have something new from Disney. But you know, I don't really, you know, the trailers and everything we know, like we knew of this movie, but we didn't know anything of it for the longest time. So it's just one of those things that, all right, you know, we're gonna get some remakes, you're gonna get some sequels, and occasionally you're gonna get some new stuff. And this is the new stuff. It looks great. It looks really cool.
The one thing I did notice, her outfit is like exactly Avatar Korra's outfit. Like it's the exact same outfit as Avatar Korra.
Is that like accurate to a specific time frame or something or no?
I believe it might be because the water tribes are based off of like Inuit cultures. So then that might be based on an actual outfit from Inuit cultures, but I don't actually know.
So, I guess they're trying to. I mean, look, it's a dragon movie. There's not that many popular culture animated dragon movies. You think this is going to try to do How to Train Your Dragon vibes, or is this going to be totally different?
It seems very different from How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay. Now, we haven't seen the dragon that they're referring to, so do you think A, there is a dragon, or B, there isn't one?
I mean, I suspect like it's hard to call it have dragon in the title and not have a dragon. I think there has to be a dragon.
Is it going to be the more Western style dragon or more the Eastern style dragon?
I'm getting more Chinese dragon vibes from this.
Because there is a very distinct look, you know.
Yeah. I'm getting Chinese dragon vibes from this for some reason.
Okay. So I guess we're both in agreement. We're looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Hopefully it does come out in 3D and it looks gorgeous in 3D.
If it doesn't come out in 3D, like, I'm going to be so mad. And, like, that's just going to be a very bad sign for 3D as a whole.
You're absolutely right. Because if this isn't 3D, then everything else falls apart. You know, because if Disney is not doing 3D anymore, then that means everyone else has the excuse not to.
Yeah. And
it's kind of one of those things. I don't know about you. I don't care about going to the theater if it's not in 3D right now.
Exactly. I don't like why would I go to the theater to see a 2D movie? That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it's not like I have a super amazing setup at home. I only have a 1080p screen that's 40 inches and a $50 soundbar. It's not a high caliber system, but I'm totally fine waiting 3 months and watching this.
Honestly, like, the majority of movies, if it's not 3D, then it's like, I'm fine watching it on my computer screen. Yeah? I'm not picky, except when it comes to 3D, in which I am very picky.
Yeah. It just makes things, why bother? Why risk it? You know, why go out there in the COVID public to watch a movie and risk your life for a movie, you know? So, Jake, you've come on board. What are your thoughts on The Last Dragon?
Wow, that was a great little teaser trailer. It did its job. It teased me very well. Of course, I was confused about why they kept calling it Raya when it's obviously spelled Raya, but hey. But I just thought this was a wonderful little teaser trailer. What I saw in this trailer was everything I wish Mulan was.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that, because you mentioned that in the podcast. We're recording this after the other part, so just as FYI. So did you notice, Jake, that they did not specifically mention 3D in the trailer?
Yes, I noticed that. So my heart just sank and became 2 sizes smaller.
But you're looking forward to it regardless.
Yeah, I thought the character designs were beautiful. The story seemed a little basic, but the way the trailer was handling it and stuff, it was intriguing all the same. This looked like something that's going to be very, very interesting.
Okay, sounds good.
Mm-hmm. And how can you hate a movie that has an armadillo as a sidekick?
It looked really cute.
And anybody who's had a pet they've grown old with understands sometimes these animals forget they're not 2 pounds anymore and 6 inches. They don't realize how big they've got.
Like the vibe of like a giant dog like trying to pretend to be a puppy.
Yeah, and and jump on your lap like they did when they were little, and then they knock you to the ground and can't figure it out while you're on your back having trouble breathing.
All right, well, I guess that's going to be it for this little 3D News Bite podcast. We'll keep on giving you more information once we get it on this movie. Bye.
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 Before this podcast wraps up, I want to thank my patrons. Thank you, Kano3D and Mr. Bengo 5 for your financial support on patreon.com. So that's going to be it for this podcast. Thanks for listening. You can find 3D or 2D on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, and more. Just look for 3D or 2D. Links are in the info box. If you want to send us listener mail, our email address is email3dortwo@gmail.com. Thank you for either listening or watching this podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
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 Bye, everyone.